started out as a marathoner, and I really liked that. I was really good on the road, really naturally. Thus far, the 50-mile distance has been my really go-to distance, trail and road. I'm undefeated at the distance. You know, I ran the 3rd fastest time in the world last year at the 50-mile distance. So, but I also ran the 4th fastest 100K time at Worlds. So, like, that's a road event. So the 50-mile 100K, I really personally enjoy the most, and I've also really thrived. It's the group of people that brings you together. You challenge each other. Sure, you're competing against one another, but in the end, like, you can't do any, as opposed to like team sports where, you know, I can block somebody's shot, I can, you know, stop a goal, but in running, short of pushing someone off a cliff, which is not very nice, you can't do anything about the day that somebody else is having, and the competition actually helps push you to your best. When I played basketball, I was very competitive. I was pretty aggressive. I mean, I was on a team where we like likened things to like killing animals, and we were like wolves and piranhas, and you know, I was really into like knocking people over and beating the enemy. Yeah, I'm not really like that anymore. It's interesting because, you know, a lot of runners simply see food as fuel. A lot more runners see food as the enemy. But, you know, I think that food is a great pleasure. There's so much great local, organic, seasonal food. You can do really amazing things. And, you know, when you run a lot, your body needs a lot of fuel. And, you know, one of the reasons I went to culinary school was because I wanted to be able to make amazing meals and not just have to eat something really plain and boring and just like, you know, I wanted to make amazing food at the same time as fueling myself really well. It's a form of creativity. It's the way I view running, like the way I think about it. I enjoy running for running's sake. So for me, it's not about the competition, and I've actually struggled with that this year, like making sure that I'm running for that sake, because I run poorly if I'm thinking about where my competition is. So my biggest asset is staying to that kind of like core belief of like why I run, and that purity. And I don't know what other people run for, but I think that that's a really good way to stay motivated. It's like, it's gonna get hard out there, but if you're motivated by something more than your time or your placing or, you know, just being able to tell people you ran 100 miles, then that keeps you going a lot further. I mean, I run because I love it, but it's also kind of, for lack of a better word, like my church, you know? So you get out there, and when you're really into it, you're not thinking about how far you've gone or, you know, how many calories you're burning or, you know, telling other people how whatever. It's just because you're just blissed out. I mean, it's just in that moment. It's like an ultimate escape. Like whatever you're feeling, whatever's going on in your life, you just go for a run, and, you know, by the end of it, everything's different. Whether it's because you have to think about how hard you're breathing, or, you know, where you need to turn, or watching out for traffic, or, you know, stumbling over a rock, or whatever it is, it's like you have to focus and be present. And my life philosophy is about being present. So running really, you know, I think it brings that to a head, because you can't do anything but be present, or you're going to probably fall off a cliff. Not good. And I do that anyway, so I don't need to hasten